Today's program is sponsored by the Anthony Vincent Salon. Say hello to beautiful.
Fashion, music, wellness.
And don't forget sex.
Mostly sex.
If it's trending, they'll be talking about it. Trend Radio is right here.
And right now, I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we always have something great to say.
Because it's us. So stay tuned.
You'll be glad you did. This week in history, 1969, the Beatles' last concert.
Yes, it was. It was their last concert. And, you know, it was a rooftop concert, okay? It was their final public appearance. And this is what's so amazing, okay? They were on this roof for 42 minutes, okay? They did, they did 5 songs, actually, but a bunch of different sets. And this was before the Metropolitan Police asked them to leave, or actually to quiet down, and then,
That's terrible.
And then leave. But, I mean, you have to understand, this was just something that they just decided to do. They didn't have plans for it. So there were no specs, of course. And they just started playing on the roof.
They just climbed up there, set up their amps, and started playing?
Yep, that's what they did. Mm-hmm. They surprised the whole London office district with this impromptu concert.
Very, very cool.
I just have to say something about this entire week in January, because just listen to this. There were so many things. There's something in history that happened every single day. Obviously, there would be. But listen to these things. Like on the 24th, last Sunday, there was the first canned beer anniversary in 1935.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was canned beer before,
Listen to this one. Okay. On Monday, the 25th of January, aside from it being, Dana's birthday. So happy birthday, Day.
Happy birthday, Dana.
Okay. It was also Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day. Now, you know how we all love to
we pop the
squish
bubble wrap.
The bubble wrap, yeah. It makes all these lovely sounds. This on Tuesday, and I'm telling you this because on Tuesday, the 26th, it was Dental Drill Patent Day in 1875. So that's when there was a drill patent on the dental drill.
Well, was there Novocaine first?
You know that I don't remember.
I think
don't
it was
know.
only.
I wasn't there.
I think it was.
You
only
were, but
oil
I wasn't.
Of clove.
Okay.
It was only oil of
Clove.
Yes.
Okay. Here's my favorite. On Wednesday, the 27th, it was Thomas Crapper Day. No.
We know Thomas Crapper.
What is that? That is hysterical.
You know who Thomas Crapper is?
I don't.
Thomas Crapper was the guy who invented the modern day toilet.
Oh, the crapper. Oh.
Yes, that's why it's called the crapper.
That is so funny. Okay. Well, Pride and Prejudice was published in 1813 on the 28th. Okay. And there's one more. You can say
I
this.
actually have to interrupt you real quick. Also on January 28th, I was born.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh, that was actually even better than, the other.
Thank you.
Now, on the 29th, leading
So
up to
is that
this...
why you're so foolish?
Oh. Okay, on the 29th, leading up to what we were just talking about, it being, the Beatles' last concert, it was Curmudgeon's Day.
Oh. Yeah, I've met a lot of curmudgeons in my day.
All right, Anthony, what you got for me?
Oh, well, our theme these last couple weeks have been about these little-known facts about pubic hair.
Yes, isn't that lovely?
And you're only going to hear this on Trend
You're
Radio.
only going to hear it with us, with
right
Anthony
here.
Vincent Alice. Absolutely.
That's right. And, a lot of men have a little balding problem.
Yeah, some men do.
Yes. Well, pubic balding is also a thing.
Is it really?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah. Medical conditions like menopause, alopecia, an underactive adrenal gland, cirrhosis of the liver, all of these things can cause pubic hair to fall out.
Well, I have to just say something, okay? I mean, not trying to get too personal, but, basically who really needs all that hair there anyway? I'm just saying,
Well,
the vernacular, there's a reason why there's so many different wax bars out there.
That's right. That's right. And we're going to talk about pubic hair for the next
Oh, how
couple of
nice.
weeks.
I'm so happy. It's such a nice thing to be discussing this with you.
Well, did you know
I'm sure I did.
there is a weird history of pubic hair souvenirs?
Oh, no, actually I didn't. I'm
Yep.
sorry. I don't follow. I don't follow this.
Well,
Why do you know this?
we just know
Yeah.
these crazy things.
Okay. All right. So tell me about this weird history.
Well, the British upper crust of the 17 and 1800s had this odd habit of collecting the pubic hair of one's lovers as a souvenir.
Really?
Yeah, kind of like a trophy.
Really?
Yes. In fact, Scotland's
Really? That's so it basically okay, so they have sex and they reach down and either trim, cut, tweeze something,
Yep,
and they take some pubic hair
that's right.
and they save it
Yes.
and they label it.
Yes.
Oh boy.
St. Andrews University has a museum containing like a snuff box. It's a snuff box.
Are you kidding?
Stuffed to the gills with the pubic hairs of the mistress of King George IV.
Really?
Yeah. And also other men of that era would attach their lovers' pubic hair onto their hats as a public display of their sexual prowess.
Really?
Yeah. And today would really be tough to get any pubic hair souvenirs.
I think it really would. I mean, there are some ladies that do have some, but I think it would be really difficult to get, some samples there.
I guess you got to ask.
Yeah, I guess you do. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, you just have it. You have the funny information.
Well, yeah, and we've got some information a little bit later on in the show about some really sexy reasons that will make guys crave a curvy woman in the bedroom.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to talk about that a little bit later.
Fantastic. I
And,
can't wait.
Yeah. But in the meantime, we want
Spit it out.
we want to give you some questions to ask your lover that will make her want to tear your clothes off.
Oh, I want to know these questions. Okay, then.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
men all agree that there's something incredibly sexy about making a girl feel aroused or sexy simply by talking to her.
Absolutely.
And
Nothing wrong with a little dirty talk.
that's right.
Or sexy talk.
Yeah, that
Doesn't
would-
have to be too dirty.
No, but
Hot talk.
that's right. Just a little sexy talk. Amorous.
Okay.
Well, anyway, thanks to these technical advances, guys can now talk and via text to their girlfriends to get them in the mood.
Uh-huh.
And there's a
that is true.
website that has all kinds of sexy texts
Yeah.
that you can.
This I
that you
know.
can
I've
send your
heard
lover.
about this, yeah. You can get into trouble there, though.
Oh yeah, yes, you can.
Yeah, it's very, very, very important. It depends on who you're sending this to. So you have to be very careful with what you send through the air. Be very careful what you put in writing.
That's right.
my
You don't want her to
friends.
show it to everyone.
Be
'Cause
very careful what you say via text
'Cause
because
girls-
sometimes it goes everywhere.
Well, if the girl is sending a guy something, everybody he knows is going to see it.
Ay, 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 ay.
Well, anyway, so whether you're whispering face to face, which is the best way, or sending, steamy digital messages, we do have some suggestive questions that are sure to get her in a sexy mood.
Like,
Well, okay, a very good question is, and what do you wear when you go to bed?
what do I wear? Or
Not
what does
you. This is the
vernacular
question.
have? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like you're talking to a gal, and you're just talking nice, and you're getting to know them. So you ask,
What do you wear? What do you wear when you go to bed? And she's going to be like, and her eyes are going to tilt. Her head will tilt, and she'll kind of look at you like, and she won't know.
She won't know how to answer.
She won't know if she should tell you the truth or if she should make something up.
I kind of have personal experience with this
You
one time.
do?
Yes,
Tell us.
because I was talking to this girl, and it was via text. It was via that Snapchat thing where you send pictures. And she sent me a picture in the morning, and she was covered up a bit, but she was in bed. And I just texted her back. I was like, "Do you sleep in the nude?" Kind of like that. And she just did like a maybe.
winky face.
And I was like, "Oh."
See, now that's cute. And there's nothing really dirty about that.
Now
And-
that is cute.
Hell
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a good question to start with because it gets her thinking about the bedroom and often leads to other questions about sexy lingerie, pajamas or whether or not she sleeps in the nude like you asked.
Thank you.
Another thing you could ask is, what her sexiest outfit is.
Yes, you could do.
And
Or you could ask what color her panties are
sure.
or if she wears them.
Well, as you know, in Brazil, they wear different color panties for the new year, depending on
Yes.
what they're looking for, whether they're looking
Exactly.
for romance or money or
sex.
sex. That's right. But you'll find out from her what she thinks looks sexy, and you might even be surprised. Mm-hmm. So, another good question is, have you ever accidentally or purposely watched another couple make out?
That is a good question. That is a very good question.
Have
I'm
you?
Curious. Has the vernacular
The
made?
vernacular, yeah.
Yes.
You have.
The vernacular has, yes.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about the vernacular me.
That's right. And this is a perfect question that to ask slowly. Give your line of questioning more sexual overtones.
And it's exactly. It's a matter of the tone also.
That's right. Because
The
since
tone
you're
of voice, absolutely.
you're inquiring about the sexual activity of other people, and she's more likely to relax and play along.
I could not have said that better myself.
Okay, how about this?
Okay.
If you could see any part of a man's body first, which part would it be?
Oh, that's a good question.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
And try to encourage her to name something other than the standard, like, eyes. Encourage her to pick any part of
I
his
know
anatomy.
exactly what I would choose.
Tell us.
Oh, no, I can't.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not that it's bad. It's just that, the vernacular should be, it's all about that. I don't want anybody to know what I would personally want to see.
Well, it is fun discussing, what, she would choose or he would choose. But
And why?
do you know the best answer for this?
Why?
It would be your wrists because they're so dainty, your elbows because they're so soft, your teeth because they're so perfect.
Oh,
Those
see,
would be...
okay, or you can say something like, that is very nice to say to a lady, but she might not be dainty and she might not be perfect or feel that way.
Well, you
So-
have to find something.
Exactly. That's what it's about. You find something. But what about your shoulders because they're so big? Your arms because they're so warm and I'd love to be wrapped up in them.
Mike, is she talking about you?
I was gonna say I've been told I have broad shoulders, so if people like
Wow.
shoulders,
So
then
then-
I'm the person to come to.
Yeah. Well, why don't you take your shirt off for her?
Okay, sicko. All right, go on.
Just be careful on that chair over there. Somebody else got to sit in it in about another hour. Here's another good one.
Oh, I'm sure it is good. What is it?
Where is the one place on your body that always gets you in the mood?
Oh, that is a good question.
Yeah, because this question won't only let you know her sexual preferences, it'll also cause her to visualize them. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
And visualization is key.
That's right. And,
Absolutely.
yeah. And as she's describing those stimulating zones, chances are she'll also be thinking about it.
Yeah, exactly.
So good question to ask.
Very good question. Excellent question on both parts also. A girl to ask a guy to ask a girl. Definitely. Good question.
Yeah. And here's really, once you build that sexual tension and that attraction, you want to keep
it high.
You want to keep that attraction high.
Keep it high.
So this is, I think, the best question.
Let me see. Let me hear.
Okay.
I'll tell you if I think it's the best.
Okay. Do you want me to kiss you?
Oh, that is good.
Isn't that good?
That is good.
Isn't
yeah.
that good? And we had a whole show about kissing
Yes.
a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, but asking and the way, it's a matter of the way you ask. Do you want me to kiss you with an intonation of, yeah, I'm going to kiss you anyway, so you better want it.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, any question involving kissing almost always have a woman picturing the physical intimacy with her partner.
Yeah.
And when she visualizes that romantic encounter between you and her, you know, it's in the bag, baby. It's in the bag.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That's actually, I have another story pertaining to that.
All right.
I don't know why. I'm chock full of them today.
Wow.
But I was actually picking up this girl, and we were driving, along the road, and she kind of knew what was going to happen at one point. Like, we both kind of expected it.
Uh-huh.
And, I was trying to wait for a stoplight because I didn't want to obviously drive while kissing because obviously I'm going to crash. And I kind of just said, I was like, I let her know, just wait till we get to the next stoplight. And she kept visualizing it, but we kept hitting greens. And the one time it was red and we got up to it and we were about to stop and it turned green again. And she just like screamed like, because she just wanted it so bad. Yeah. And I guess it helped get her in the mood when I let her know what was going to happen.
Absolutely did. She visualized it was anticipation.
Yeah.
The
and
attraction.
It kept it
Oh my God!
That kept it high.
Yeah, she was just like, stupid lights. She was so bad.
Yeah. That is cool.
Great story.
I'll mark that as a success in my book.
That is a very good story. Very good.
You know, we've been starting off the last couple of shows about these unusual facts about pubic hair.
Yeah.
But have you ever heard of the merkin?
I have, yes.
Okay. Well, what the heck is a merkin?
It's a vagina wig.
Yeah, and I was really unfamiliar with this term until I started getting into these unusual facts. About pubic hairs.
Right.
And it seems as though the merkin, which is a pubic hair wig, really has its origins in ancient history.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I mean as early as 1450.
Yeah, it was, we talked about how, there's some women who prefer no pubic hair. That's mostly now.
Yeah.
But in other countries, that's not the way it is.
That's right.
And pubic hair is actually very important with, especially in Europe, in Japan and whatnot.
Yes.
It's very important. And it is important to some women and men now. There is that pubic hair fetish, which, it is there.
I guess because it's an unusual thing.
Yeah, but so if you don't have enough, then that's where they make these wigs to give you that look of a lush bush.
Yeah. And not only that, but originally it was used for health and sanitary reasons.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Lice was a very, very, pubic hair lice was a common problem because, without the modern medicine, little could be done other than, a full shave, and left with no pubic hair. Some women opted to wear a wig over that area.
So that just kind of, that's curious. I'm confused. That confuses me. Like, I can't even imagine what how do you put a wig on your pubic region? I don't get it.
I don't know how they stuck it on back then, but I know they didn't have double-sided carpet tape.
Carpet, haha. Yeah. So I guess no pun intended there. But I mean, I find that to be hilarious.
Yeah. Well, there is a darker side to this story.
A darker side. Tell
Yes,
me,
a dark side of the vagina wig.
Okay,
You know,
share.
afflicted with various sexually transmitted diseases and forced to work, prostitutes had to cover up the evidence of their afflictions down there.
Oh, so they would wear a wig.
They would wear a wig, and it would cover up, I guess, sores and blisters and the lice and things like that.
Oh, that must actually hurt.
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Well, yeah. Could you imagine, though, if you had sores all over your genitals? I imagine that would hurt. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Thank God we're not prostitutes.
Well, men also wore merkins long ago.
Really?
Yeah, when there was a time when women were not allowed on the stage, and the pubic wig proved to be a method of covering up the junk.
Ah,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. And in more recent times, the merkin has evolved into kind of an erotic toy, kind of like a decorative object, according to merkinworld.com.
Okay. Yeah, Merkinworld.com.
Merkinworld.com.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's the way. Merkinworld.com. Okay, then.
Yeah. In fact, here's their commercial.
Okay, yeah, he's great at doing commercials. Mike, let's sit back and relax and listen to Anthony do a commercial now.
All right.
Go. 1, 2, 3, go.
As an erotic accessory, the merkin knows no bounds. It can be used by men in drag, or it can act as a decorative object, suggestive of sexual innocence, promiscuity, or any number of sexually charged meanings. Yes, Merkinworld.com offers customized merkins for the adventurous clientele curious about sprucing up their bush area.
I love it. That was fantastic. How great was
Bravo.
that? Yeah. Woohoo!
You made me want to buy that.
Hey, whenever
Yes,
I
you know
could
what?
be of any help.
I'll tell you
whenever I
what.
could be of any
Let's go online to Merkinworld.com.
Yeah.
We'll order the Merkins, okay?
help. Well, the most mainstream and famous use of the merkin now relates its use to Hollywood. And up until, the creation of the Motion Picture Association of America in 1966, there was, very little, if any, nudity depicted in the Hollywood publications.
Wow.
So this, that's the ratings, the PG, R, X, triple X. and
yeah.
whatnot.
Yep.
So the MPAA freed up the studios and filmmakers to do whatever they wanted, but each film would be submitted to the MPAA board and would be assigned a rating. So in theory, this avoided the government censorship, but it amounted to the same thing because movies are made specifically with the MPAA rating guidelines in mind.
Wow. Interesting.
And the MPAA is notorious for being hypocritical about their rating policies.
Wow.
And regarding their depictions
Right.
of sex and nudity. And here's where the merkin comes in.
Okay.
Okay, although a Johnson can be shown in its full glory, female genitalia cannot be depicted unless the film is given an NC-17 rating.
Really?
Yes, and I didn't know this because
I don't understand what the difference would be.
I don't either. But that NC-17 rating ensures that the picture won't play anywhere, and instead it'll probably be released.
Why could a man be visualized and not or seen or not and not a woman? A woman.
I don't know.
I don't understand that.
I don't get it.
And quite frankly, let me just tell you, even if a woman is nude and she's wearing a merkin, okay, I mean,
So
she's still nude.
She's covered up.
I understand that. She's wearing a wig, but she's still nude. She's still nude. She just looks like she has more pubic hair.
Well, we've been watching a show with Lady Gaga naked almost every week. And this past couple weeks ago, she was nude, but she had duct tape
On her breasts.
On her breasts, yes.
Yeah.
And shown in her full glory.
Yep, absolutely.
So just with a duct tape. So the merkin covering up that private area.
I know, but it actually looks like, you just have a full bush. I mean, it looks like you're still nude. I understand that. Duct tape is actually clothing.
Is it really? Well, didn't somebody
kidding.
make a dress out
Yeah,
of duct
people
tape?
actually do use duct tape as clothing.
Yeah, college people have parties. They call them ABC parties, anything but clothes. So people use trash bags and stuff. And I've seen duct tape dresses and all that.
Oh,
online.
absolutely.
How
Yeah,
cool
you
is
just
that?
wrap.
Yeah.
You wrap.
I
you
want to go
wrap
to one
your
of those
body.
parties. So.
You're not
Right.
invited.
Yeah.
You wrap
Thanks.
yourself up in no problem. You wrap yourself up in duct tape, literally.
I think for the next show, I'm going to wrap your.
Yeah, we're
mouth
not
up.
going to even. That is not going to happen.
I can't get a word in edgewise on the show anymore.
Are you kidding me? It's
She's
all
always-
you. Yeah, that's all he does. He talks about his show all the time. His show, and
And she's always
all
telling me
he's
that it's
doing is
really
ta-
hers.
No, I never say that. You know that I wouldn't do that.
And without her, I wouldn't have a show.
He never said that.
You remind me all the time.
I never say that. Never. I would never do that. That's
It's
not who
because
I
you
am.
love each other.
Oh,
It's 'cause you love each other.
yeah.
Well, he loves me anyway. All right, go on.
Getting back to the
Merkin.
Merkin, there's a feminist blog called Jezebel. And it
I know this
You
blog.
know that? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. It's very, very cool. And it documented like 14 of the most famous uses of the merkin in the movies. And these women who wore the merkin was Kate Winslet in The Reader, Amy Landecker from the recent Coen Brothers film, A Serious Man, and Patricia Arquette in Human Nature. And she actually made her own merkin because she didn't want to show any of her pubes, so she just she made it herself.
But you know, it's so interesting. She didn't want to show anything. However, you're still showing it. It's just a little wig. You're still showing. It's not like you're not showing yourself. Do you know what I mean? I can't. That makes no sense to me.
Well, that merkin, if you tied a string around it, it would basically be a bikini.
Okay, a fur bikini.
A fur bikini, yes. In fact, I think I have a picture of a fur bikini here somewhere.
A fur bikini.
Yeah, I
That's
think I might
funny.
have passed it over to you.
Okay. Oh yeah,
There it is, right there.
yeah. I saw. Yeah,
Okay.
fur bikini. If anybody wants to see a picture of that little fur bikini, email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. I'll send you that picture.
Yes, you will.
And a $50 gift certificate to Anthony
Oh, there
Vincent
she
Salon.
goes, giving my money away again. But that's okay. We love to do it here at Anthony Vincent Salon.
Then stop
Right-
complaining.
Oh, God, you are so bitchy.
Oh my God. I am not.
Mike, what, this whole last thing, wasn't she like a little bitchy? Just a little bit?
I
little
am
bit?
not
I mean,
bitchy.
you guys are kind of just having fun with each other. That's how I always view it as your way.
Yeah, at my expense.
Never, never, never.
Yeah. She is the epitome of the evolution of bitchiness. So,
Oh my
and
gosh.
what is the evolution of bitchiness? Well, we call her Elisifer.
Oh, I can't believe you.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Did I just say that?
that was
Did I?
harsh, man. Wow.
Wow.
Well,
Now I know what to say if I meet an Elise in the future that I don't like.
Yeah.
So far I
Oh
haven't.
my,
I only know
my.
one really. So
and she is lovely, isn't she?
she is lovely.
Oh
yes,
my gosh.
Yes. Well, you know,
Well, somebody is going to be in trouble.
ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure recording our very last show today. You can always go to the archives of 920 The Jersey.com and listen to our very last show.
Wow.
I mean, it is your fault. I mean, you're the one who just said it. You were straight shooting with that one night before it.
That's what we do.
You didn't
We
even
shoot
cookie
straight.
cut.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
that was.
I don't candy coat nothing.
Whoa. Yeah, he's lucky that he.
Well, I learn from the best, you see, because women engage in this thing that's happening here called indirect aggression.
I did not do anything. I was wonderful today.
They even do it in clinical studies.
Oh my gosh.
And I just happen to have a clinical study here about bitchiness and indirect aggression.
I don't do this.
Well,
No.
let's
Listen.
go talk on and we'll see.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Okay. One day in Ontario, 86 straight women were paired off into groups of two, either with a friend or a stranger. And they were taken to a lab at the McMaster University. There, a researcher told them they were about to take part in a study about female friendship.
Oh, well, I think that sounds like a great study.
It is. It is.
Yeah, and I would love to have been there, and I wouldn't be bitchy. I just cannot believe that you're saying these things.
Well, they were soon interrupted by two other women.
Who?
All right. Half the participants were interrupted by a thin, blonde, attractive woman with her hair in a bun, dressed in a plain blue shirt and some khaki pants, whom the researchers called the conservative Confederate.
Okay.
The other half found themselves in the company of a very, very sexy Confederate.
Okay.
The same woman, but instead of the khakis and
The conservative outfit, she was wearing a very sexy
Right.
outfit. Okay,
She
we got
wa-
it. We get it.
She was wearing a very low cut blouse, push up bra,
Mm-hmm.
a short black skirt, some boots, and her hair like really sexily unbunned.
Okay.
What do they call that? We call it in the salon sex hair.
Yeah, sex hair.
Sex hair.
Yeah, we do.
So, Tracy Villancourt, a psychology professor at the University of Ottawa and a PhD student named Sharma, they gauged the women's reactions as the Confederates, both sexy and not, left the room.
That's very interesting. I can understand something like this. But you know what's so interesting? I mean, I don't know about your study right now, which I know you're going to share with us. It depends on, the women, the sexy one and the not so sexy one, the conservative and the sexy. Okay. The group of women that are viewing these ladies,
Yeah.
if there's one woman that's insecure but a leader, she can get the entire group against the sexy one.
Oh.
Now, that's the truth. Mm-hmm. But if there's somebody in there who is secure and a leader, it could go in the complete opposite way. Do you know what I mean?
You are so smart.
I'm just saying that's how something like this would go. That's why I was saying it before you did your study, because I know had I been there, I would treat both those ladies, the sexy and the conservative, the same way, because that's just who I am, though.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Oh, yes, I do. I am very nice to women, depending on as long as they're nice to me.
Mm-hmm. Well.
As long as they're nice to me.
Okay.
Why wouldn't I be nice to them? What are you shaking your head for?
No. I'm going to get back to the study.
Okay, let's hear the study.
Okay. So as these women left the room, the professors used a metric scale. And the scale that they used was the bitchiness scale.
The
of course.
bitchiness,
Yes,
okay.
Yes. And, why bitchiness? Why choose such a loaded word? I mean, that's...
Oh, bitchy is bitchy.
Yeah.
Bitchy is a loaded word.
Yes, and bitchiness...
I'm about to be bitchy to you.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I'm used to it.
Oh, you are just ruthless today.
Bitchiness is really a term that people use.
Uh-huh.
They do.
Yes,
And,
they do.
Ask someone to describe what this is, they'd say bitchy.
Mm-hmm. Yep, bitchy is bitchy.
Mm-hmm.
Bitchy is just bitchy. Okay.
Alrighty, so the women doing the rating, were roughly the same age as the participants, 20 to 25.
Okay.
And they watched...
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
participants and the study team were all about the same age.
Oh, boy, okay.
So, okay, and this is what they watched for. They watched for the rolling of the eyes.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, yeah. Looking that Confederate up or down, laughing sarcastically.
Yes, I know that.
Yep, okay, so you know everything I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
And in one case, a participant said that the sexy Confederate was dressed to have sex with the professor.
Ah.
And one didn't even wait for the sexy lady to leave the room before shouting out, "What the heck is that?"
I don't think she used the word heck.
No, she used, "What the F is that?"
Yeah.
We don't fire
Yeah.
F-bombs here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she didn't say heck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that last one, that's a 10 out of 10 as far as bitchiness goes.
That is when you do something like that, absolutely. And that woman who said, "What the
Heck is
is that?" That woman is very insecure.
Oh, yeah.
That woman is very insecure. Yes.
Well, what Villacourt and Sharma found was that, according to a study published recently in the Journal of Aggressive Behavior, was essentially that the sexy Confederate was not going to be making any sorority friends anytime soon. That
That's true.
the women were far more likely to be bitchy to the sexy Confederate, and their bitchy reactions were more pronounced when the participants were with friends rather than strangers.
Yes. That is correct. When you're with your friends and your guard is down, you react very differently because you don't want, at that point, it doesn't matter. Your guard is down. When you're with people that you don't know and that don't know you, you're very careful what you do. A lot of women are like that. And now that we understand the age group, the 20 to 25, I didn't realize that. So I can understand how that could be. And I remember myself in that age group also, 20 to 25, you are very insecure. Most women don't say that they are, but you are. You're coming into your own. You're, just out of your teenage years. Your brain is still developing. That hard spot's still not filled in until you're 25. There's a lot going on in your life. So I do remember that stage, and I do remember many an eye roll. So, yeah, that's true. But I'm not like that now. I know that I'm not.
No, you're not. You are wonderful.
I would never.
And an absolute pleasure to be sharing a microphone with.
Yeah. You're lucky you said that. We're going to have to come up with a little nickname for you. Because that nickname that you came up with for me, ooh, that was, now that is the epitome of bitchy.
Don't touch that dial. We're going to have a moment with the beauty bitch. And when we come back, the sexy reasons that will make all guys crave a curvy woman in the bedroom.
Need a salon that's about the whole you? Precision haircuts, flawless makeup, impeccable nails, top-rated professional hair products. Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a hairstylist who has his finger on the pulse of all the latest trends? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a dependable salon with over 35 years in the industry? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for New York City and internationally trained stylists that will create the perfect look for you? Anthony Vincent Salon. Shine brightly while walking down the aisle. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a longer, thicker, beautiful hair extensions, Anthony Vincent Salon. Incredible makeup applications for weddings, proms, or any special occasions. Anthony Vincent Salon. Have dry, brittle summer hair? Get a hot shot. Anthony Vincent Salon. Before you put a ring on it, manicure it. Anthony Vincent Salon. Your image is their specialty. For the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a more beautiful you, call now 609-448-2212 and follow them on Twitter.
I'm Anthony Vincent of Anthony Vincent Salon. Time for another fun and fabulous beauty tip with our tip chick. And here she is.
Got dry and brittle? Squeeze a little protein pomade into that parched mane. Say hello to beautiful.
Want your beauty question answered on the air? Email us now from AnthonyVincentSalon.com. Remember, for the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Call us now at 609-448-2212. You'll be glad you did. And now our big story of the day. And I do mean big story of the day.
Oh boy, it's all about the curve.
That's right. That's right. And, I can really only speak for myself, but I'm, was reading this article about curvy women. And I'm telling you, I have to agree with it.
I agree with you also.
Oh. Okay.
I have to say I agree with you too.
Well, okay.
Okay.
From what I read and what I've noticed since reading these articles, that, curvy women, they got more cushion for the pushing.
Okay.
You know?
That's what you're going to call it? That's what you're going to say.
Well, alrighty.
Cushion for the pushing.
Got more cushion for the pushing.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I think I learned that term in high school somewhere. Anyway, there's certain sex positions that are really less abrasive on the male with a curvier woman.
Yeah, I'm sure there are.
That's right.
Because, the truth is that anybody who doesn't have a curve, their bones stick out.
That's right. And only a dog like a bone.
That's got to be painful, I imagine.
Mm-hmm. And, the impact of sex is absorbed.
Oh my gosh. The impact is absorbed with the curve.
That's right.
Okay, then.
But especially with women, with more developed lower bodies.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's what sexpert Tommy Morgan says.
And you know what? That's what Freddie Mercury said too.
Yes, he did.
From Queen, yeah.
That's right, he did. Tommy Morgan confirms that curvier women are able to handle deeper, harder, and more intense sex play.
Yeah.
And men are instinctively attracted to curves. It goes right back to
cavemen.
Absolutely. And we talk all the time that men are visually stimulated by nature, and
that is true.
Yep. And the sex appeal of women with larger breasts, wider hips, and what do they call it? A juicy booty?
Yes. Yes.
That triggers an instinctual attraction and desire to procreate.
Mm-hmm.
And
that is true.
Going, again, right back to cavemen.
Right. It is absolutely the truth.
Mm-hmm. Well, this article goes on to say that, you're going to love this.
I'm sure I am.
That curvier women have more surface area to explore.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I do love that. Oh, boy. Uh-huh.
And typically, the best areas to explore are the major erogenous zone. The butt, breasts, hips, and thighs, and they're the areas.
It's like a feast.
A smorgasbord.
A smorgasbord. Wow.
And these areas, when they're touched with intention, they arouse a sexual energy.
Yes, that is true. But any area that's touched with intention depending on, what the intention is.
Including your elbows?
Oh, you can make an elbow very sexy.
Okay.
It depends on...
Well, you probably could. I can't.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, Tommy goes on to say that breast sex is a very viable option with curvier women. And it may not be a regular practice for many couples, but breast sex can serve as a form of foreplay in a way to bring a new angle to fellatio.
Right. And if you're flat-chested, you can't do it.
Yeah.
There's no way to do it.
That's right. What we're talking about is really hot, maybe too hot for this show, but...
I'm not saying a word.
Okay. All right.
I'm just gonna go with it.
Okay. Well,
whatever you talk about, I'm going to talk with you.
Okay. These curvy shapes actually enhance certain sex positions.
That is true.
Curves are fluid, meaning that...
And soft.
Yes.
And sensual. Yes.
Okay. My mouth just went a little dry. Okay, hold on. So, you were right. Her body moves, and it moves with her. She's very fluid. Like in certain sex positions, body parts move with rhythm. When erogenous zones shake, jiggle, or ripple, it drives men wild.
I can imagine that would.
Yeah, and this causes this sexual energy to spike. And while becoming more aroused, when he hears the sound that a large bum makes when slapped against him.
Okay. All right. Oh my.
This is what Tommy Morgan says.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
okay.
she's the sexologist.
We have the study. We have the study right here.
That's right. She's the sexologist.
Okay.
So I don't know nothing about that.
Okay.
Alrighty. So getting this back to G.
Okay.
Curvy girls are better in bed if you're curvy and confident.
Yes.
Now, this
It's
is
always about the confidence. Though.
always. Dating expert Laurel House. She says, embrace your butt, your big breasts, your soft skin.
Yes. Definitely the soft skin.
Move your body without shame or fear on how your skin shakes, shimmers, wiggles, or jiggles.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Embrace who you are. And you know what?
And
Be proud.
Confidence.
Be proud of who you are. Always be confident. I mean, always. And you know that I lost a lot of weight. But even before I lost this weight, I always had my head held up high. I was always super confident.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, bigger,
Yes, you
but
did.
super confident. I mean, yeah.
I liked you fat. You weren't so cocky. You were nice. Okay, anyway.
Oh, he is just... I don't know what his problem is. He's asking for it today.
He's just like...
He's
no
really...
holds barred.
Not today. I don't know what the hell I did. Oh, boy.
Okay. In other words, the fact is that most men want something to grab onto or to...
Oh, I'm going to give you something to grab onto.
sink their teeth into.
Okay. Yeah.
Curvy girls are awesome. They're more cuddlier. They're more snugglier. They're more appreciative.
I thought the homely ones were the appreciative ones.
That too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Anthony has a thing for homely girls.
Kelly Shabrari, she was the first ever plus size cover model for Penthouse Forum. Mm-hmm. And that's what she says, not me.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Now,
You're saying enough today.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, getting back to curvy girls.
Yes.
Curvy girls who own their bodies also have a great sense of humor.
Absolutely.
And people forget, laughing can really be quite an aphrodisiac.
Oh, I agree.
I know every time my lady and I get in bed, I take my clothes off, she laughs her ass off.
That's funny. That's funny.
Anyway, curvy girls who are sex positive and confident about their bodies tend to be just as accepting of partners who are bigger or have other body hang-ups of their own. This makes...
Like what?
Well, I think last week we did a thing on, you're with somebody and you're afraid to put the light on or have the candles lit, or you can't see me in this position. I don't want you to see my belly.
No.
Don't
Embrace
look at
who
my...
you are, ladies. Embrace who you are, because you know what? It's okay. Let them take a bite out of that belly.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Trust me.
It makes for all-around fun sexual experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because
absolutely,
you're able to just let go and have fun.
And that's what it's all about.
I'm Anthony Vincent of Anthony Vincent Salon. Time for another fun and fabulous beauty tip with our tip chick. And here she is.
Got lips? Want that perfect pout? Find the hue that's right for you. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Shape, stain, and shimmer. Same shade. Say hello to beautiful.
Email us now from AnthonyVincentSalon.com. Remember, for the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Call us now at 609-448-2212. You'll be glad you did.
Do you spit or swallow?
Spit or swallow what?
Mike, do you spit or swallow?
That's a tough thing to answer.
Yeah, what
I feel like I'm in 5th grade. That's what kids would ask when you were a kid.
You know, he's unbelievable today, Mike. I don't even know what to do with him. Spit or swallow?
Do you spit or swallow? It's not what you think.
It's always what I think.
That's right.
Okay. So let me just ask you something. Do you spit or swallow?
I do both.
Oh. Okay. Well, obviously we don't. I know I don't know what you're talking about now. Okay. Because, wow. Okay. What are we talking about?
All righty. Toddlers eat their boogie.
Huh?
Toddlers eat their boogers, and old men tend to spit out giant wads of snot and mucus.
And phlegm.
And phlegb.
Ew.
Yes.
What are you talking?
What about you?
I don't even know
And
what
the vernacular
ew.
you. Do you spit or swallow your snot?
I blow into a tissue.
That's very good.
That's what I do.
Okay, so we know Elise blows.
Yes. Into a tissue.
Into a tissue.
I was set up.
And you haven't been asked that question since
up.
you were in 5th grade.
Exactly.
I was set up.
Although when I was in 5th grade, I did say both because I was just thinking like regular life stuff, and then kids were like, "Ew," and I was like, "Oh, you guys are gross."
Yeah, that's pretty much how it went.
Oh my gosh.
But whatever your preference, scientists and doctors have some interesting opinions on the subject.
Okay, I would like to hear some of these.
Okay, the first thing you got to do is understand what mucus really does in the body and what it can indicate about your health.
Oh, absolutely.
That's right.
No, mucus is actually very important.
It is. It's like a filter.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And you can tell what's going on based on the color and the texture of it.
You're absolutely right.
I know that. I know my mucus.
Yes, you do.
Yes, this I know.
We did a whole show on this.
It's not that. I knew it anyway.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to let you talk, and I'll just add my own, stuff.
Okay, you do that.
Okay.
And if it helps you feel any better about this gross subject,
I don't think it's such a gross subject.
All righty.
Sometimes I think you're gross, but I don't think it's such a gross subject.
All righty. So whether you spit or swallow or blow is up to you.
Okay.
So, okay. Snot and boogers really tend to gross people out, and with a good reason, because as you said, they indicate an illness.
Some of them do, yes, sometimes.
The color of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it could also be inconvenient to carry out, a wad of tissues around with you when you're not feeling well, as you do, because now we all know that she blows and then into a tissue.
Well, if I need to blow my nose, I'm going to blow it. What do you think I should do? Just stand there and blow without a tissue?
Well, then you can always swallow.
You mean breathe it up and swallow it?
Yes.
No, actually, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that.
Well, actually, Elise, you do it all the time.
Oh, really?
Yes.
It's something that happens naturally?
According to the Western Washington University Student Health Center, it's no problem swallowing the mucus and phlegm, and that happens all the time. Unconsciously.
Okay, I know that there's no problem doing that.
Of course, but
I know that.
You do it. You do it. You don't even know you do it. You do it. You just did it. You probably do it again.
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, I didn't realize that's happening even when you're healthy.
That even when you're healthy, it happens
Okay.
all the time unconsciously.
Okay, I didn't realize that. Here's the thing. I mean, it's not like it hasn't. I mean, I know, like, let's just say you're in a movie theater and you can't blow your nose and you don't even have a tissue and your nose is running. Yeah, I breathe it up and swallow it.
That's postnasal drip.
Yeah, exactly. It's not something it's not something that I would want to consciously do because I would want to honestly get it out of my system. I know that as we're breathing and swallowing and doing whatever we're doing, I know that we're unconsciously, as you put it.
Yes.
Definitely there's mucus. I understand that because there's a mucus lining everywhere in your body.
That is correct.
Yes, wherever. I mean, I know this. People would know this, of course.
Well, it's a simple protein that is very easily digested.
Absolutely, because it's part of you.
That's right. The only thing is there's no recipe book for it.
Interesting.
Now, it doesn't make an illness worse.
No, I know that.
It doesn't make an illness worse. It can't hurt you. So there's really no reason not to swallow.
There was actually a study done years ago that I remember actually reading, and I thought it was kind of gross at the time, but it was actually, it was very scientific. I'm going to have to look this up, where it was actually beneficial to your body to actually swallow it.
And that's right.
Yeah, I remember this.
I tell that and say that all the time.
I'm sure you do.
Mm-hmm. So, like you said, there's really no reason not to swallow it, and it can be helpful, but it seems that people aren't all that convinced about it.
No, I'm sure they're not. And that's probably a hard thing to convince people of.
Yeah, I find it's 50-50 when you meet somebody if they swallow or not.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
So a reader of the BBC Focus magazine really asked if it's harmful to swallow your phlegm. And in reply, the author pointed out that the pathogens caught in your mucus that you cough up, they've already come from your lungs where they've had the most direct access to your bloodstream.
Oh. So I guess it really isn't a problem.
Not at all. So, ladies, just swallow.
Hey, men, you swallow too.
You'll be glad you did. You've been listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Do you want more? Go right to our website, 920thejersey.com. Click on demand and scroll down directly to us.
And if you have a topic of interest that you want us to discuss, or you'd like to be a guest on our show, email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did.
And remember, your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card.
But how you make people feel, well, that becomes your trademark.
I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye for now.